Budgeting! Once a friend tell me, budgeting is good. Well, I never say it's not good, right? To me, budgeting is something that is limiting me from making more money. Okay? So in my life, when I try to budget, things never work out. When I try to budget, every time it's not enough. You see, when I started working for people, I thought that I'm richer by 1,005 ringgit because that's the salary that I'm getting back then. You know, as a fresh grad, I thought that I'm 1,005 richer, but actually not. I'm actually feeling poorer after started working. You know why? Because I'm getting 1,005, okay? Back then, I bought insurance. Quite big, you know. I started my savings, I started my protection. So I'm paying 550 for an insurance plan, 550. And then phone bill, give it 100 plus, right? And the leftover, I will give it food. Because I don't need transportation, I don't need accommodation. So just by 3 things, it already take up my 1,005. So I feel poorer. So if you ask me to budget, what else can I budget? I'm going to cut down my food. I eat lesser, I eat cheaper. Or I cut down my insurance. To me, insurance is very important because I don't want that I admitted to hospital and I don't have money to pay for it. So I keep my insurance. And for food, I don't want to sacrifice my food. Back then, I'm fat. And maybe that's why I spend a lot of food as well. But in terms of 900 ringgit, each meal just 10 ringgit. I think eating out is reasonable. Just like 10 ringgit a meal is reasonable. If I cut to like 2 ringgit, 3 ringgit, what can I eat? Maybe I'm lack of nutrition or what. Maybe back then I ate too much and that's why I'm fat. But looking at 900 ringgit a month for food, I don't think that is expensive. But what I'm going to tell you is, I just cannot budget because by looking at just 3 things, right, it's already take up my 1,005. But what I do is, it's like, I realize that, hey, you know, started working does not make me richer. No, I'm actually poorer. It's by negative, right? So I was thinking like, how can I balance things up so that my income is not negative, you know? My salary that I'm getting would not be negative. So I'm thinking like, okay, what's the solution? What can I do about it? And the only way is to build a part-time business. There's no way for me to look for a part-time job because I just don't have that time, you know. Part-time job requires you to have a fixed time to do the job. But I cannot. I need a flexible time where I can do it, the time according to my schedule. There's no choice but to build a part-time business whereby it allows me to have my time flexibility when I want to build it. So by building the part-time business, did I able to increase my income? Yes, I'm making like 50 ringgit, I'm making like 200 ringgit, I'm making like 500 ringgit, 600, 700, 800, 1,000, 2,000. So slowly as I build my business, I realized that, hey, why is my part-time business income more than my working salary? Something doesn't make sense. So to me, budgeting is never something in my life, in my dictionary, because to me budgeting is always not enough. It's not enough. And in order to make things to be enough, the only way is to increase my income. Because once I increase my income, do I need to budget anymore? I don't need. You know, you can be budget, you can be a very systematic person, you can be somebody very good at controlling money, you are somebody very good at managing money. But if you have the ability to increase your income, increase your ability to make more money, I don't think there's a point to budget. Of course, budget is good, but it's going to limit you. It's like, oh, this month I only can spend 2 ringgit to economy. I cannot eat out at restaurant. To me, back then, eating at restaurant is something, a very luxurious thing to me. I don't want to be like, I only go to restaurant during special occasion. I tell myself that I want to go to restaurant whenever I feel like wanting or having cravings to eat certain kind of food. It's because of the things that I'm telling myself that triggers me, that makes me into action of finding what I want to achieve in life. So some people would think that budgeting is good and they're going to do it for the rest of their life. But for me, budgeting is something that I cannot do. I need to increase my income no matter what. But if today you're somebody that is very good at budgeting, or you are practicing budgeting for the last many years, I want you to look at it that you have the ability to increase your income rather than just squeezing the thing. Have you ever heard like people like saying, if I go traveling, I want to go on budget travel? What is budget travel? To me, if I want to travel, if I imagine that I go budget traveling, it is very, I don't know how to say. It's going to squeeze everything like, oh, okay, my luggage bag, I cannot exceed like 20 kilos. I need to just, you know, within like 10 kilos or 7 kilos. I don't want to buy luggage. I want to use hand carry only. Imagine if you're traveling overseas and you want to just hand carry, would that be possible? It's impossible. What if you reach that another country and you find something very interesting and you want to buy and you said, oh no, it's not within my budget, I'm not going to buy this. And things are gone because you go traveling just once, you know, just once for that place. And if you don't do the things that you want to do there, or buy the things that you want to buy there, or eat the things that you want to eat there, then maybe next time you're going to go back again. To me, you see, like traveling, right? Traveling also another thing. I have friends that I go travel with, and she tells me that, you know, I must buy all these things. I said, why you need to buy all these things? Like, she said, because I'm coming here for once and I'm going to buy whatever I can buy now. I was thinking like, no, you don't need. You can buy a bit, but plan next time you go back again. To me, I have this thinking like, I will go back to the place that I like, or the place that have the things that I wanted to buy. I will come back several times. Unlike like my friend, she would think like, I'm going to come here once, and that's limiting the mind. I mean, like, this is limiting the budget of traveling, right? No, I'll have a different kind of thinking, because once you have a different kind of thinking, that's where you're going to start to have a different kind of life. It's just so weird. It's not so much about what you do or what. It's not. It all starts here first. So what do you budget in life? If you are still budgeting, maybe give yourself a chance to tell yourself like, okay, why not I put another budgeting column of not just expenses, right? But another column, like I can put in additional money. Putting additional money into the budgeting. Wouldn't it be good? Like every month you go to like, you know, income coming in from part-time income, 500 ringgit. Wow, your kind of budgeting will be different. Believe it. If you just budget based on your salary, like mine, it will be very sad. It will be very sad. So that is why I always think of how to make extra money. And everyone can make extra money. But whether or not you want to build these skill sets or not. See, working for people, what kind of skill sets do you have? But building a business for yourself, for your future, is something different. Would it be tough? Well, maybe it is, but it's just a skill set. So once you got it, things will be easy, right? So if you're budgeting today, or if you are always budgeting kind of person, have you ever thought like, I don't want to budget anymore? I just want to have abundance of income that I can spend on the things that I want to spend on without budgeting at all. If you're somebody ever thinks that, hey, you know, I really don't want budgeting anymore, it's really not good, it's just not for me, it's just not for me, I totally cannot budget because like 3 things already take up all my, eaten up all my income, doesn't make sense. If you're somebody that wants to increase your income, want you to comment below, and I'll get in touch with you personally. And if you know of any friends that is budgeting, please tag them in this video, because you might never know that you're going to help somebody today. You're going to change their life just by tagging them in this video. I'm giving out this vitamin mask as a lucky draw if you share it with your friends or even to tag them in this video. Have an abundance of you able to receive and to make a lot of money. Mindset, 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 mindset.